So, I've finally been tagged by Mr. Skip Rogers. So I guess I've got to tell you guys 5 interesting things about me and then tag 5 other people. I'm not that interesting of a person, but I'll give it a shot. I guess I'll just talk about the things I like to do. Number 1. You wouldn't know it from watching any of my videos, but I'm a big RPG addict. Like, it goes beyond just a hobby. In fact, as I write this, I'm also grinding at Final Fantasy VIII. That's the reason my new review isn't up, because I've been playing Final Fantasy VIII for the last week. Not just console RPGs either, I play them all. I've played all the Might and Magic games since 3, I've beaten both Fallout 1 and 2, got a little game made way back called Septerra Core. In fact, the first RPG I ever played was Might and Magic 4. God, I love that game. And then I got my hands on Final Fantasy 3 for the Super Nintendo, and from then on I was completely hooked. Most of my PlayStation 1 games are RPGs, most of them made by Square. In fact, there are very few of them I don't own. Even the Game Boy games, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Parasite Eve, Xenogears, Grandia, Wild Arms, both Chrono games, Brave Fencer Musashi, Breath of Fire 3, Lunar Silver Star Story, Alundra, Dragon Warrior, Knights of the Old Republic, Xenosaga, Fable, Jade Empire, Secret of Mana, Earthbound, Pokemon, hell, even Swords and Serpents, a little known NES RPG, and even a more obscure Game Boy title called Knight's Quest. I've got them all. I fucking love them. I love RPGs. Hell, I've even got RPG Maker for the PlayStation. Imagine trying to play that without a Dex drive, without a Dex drive, you can't really distribute your game. I mean, the goddamn save takes up half your memory card, and the documentation is complicated as hell. Not to mention that you have to loan the game and the memory card out to your friend if he wants to play your game. So, I don't know what I was thinking when I bought the PlayStation version. I really should have bought the PC version. Actually, I've been thinking about turning one of my manuscripts into a game with RPG Maker 2000 or one of the games beyond that. If anyone is interested, let me know, because if I know I've got an installed player base, I'll do it. But otherwise, it'll just remain a dream. In fact, I would love to do an LP of any one of those games, but it would be such a massive undertaking that I'm not sure if I'm up to the challenge. I mean, yeah, sure, it's okay to do an LP of a 2-hour game like Kirby, or G.I. Joe, or Mega Man. What about those epic-length RPGs? That shit would take forever. I mean, I've thought about it before, but I just don't know what game I would like to do. I was thinking Final Fantasy 3, but thought against it because I'm playing it right now on my Game Boy Advance again for the 3rd time on the Game Boy Advance. I played it 2 or 3 times on the Super Nintendo, and I'm halfway through the game already anyway, so I don't really want to redo that. And then I was thinking maybe Earthbound, because I've never beaten it and actually never made it that far, but I love the game. I would do a Pokemon one, but my buddy Vane Zyler's already all over that. You know what? Tell me what RPG from the SNES era or before you'd like to see me do. I'll probably do it, as long as I know someone's interested. Hell, I even used to play Dungeons & Dragons and werewolf games. I love RPGs that much. Number 2, I love anime. Not your typical anime though. My favorite anime are what I call real world anime. I really grew out of the superpowered demon ninja giant robot anime about 5 years ago, 7 years ago. My favorite animes now are Welcome to the NHK, Cowboy Bebop, Great Teacher Onizuka, Please Teacher, etc. More of the drama comedy anime stuff. It all started for me with a little anime called Voltron. That show was cool when I was 5. But I grew out of the whole mecha thing a long time ago. Except for Neon Genesis Evangelion, because that show was amazing. I'm currently working on reviews for Azumanga Daioh, Lucky Star, Haruhi Suzumiya, and Black Heaven, but you might have to wait a while before you see those. I'm also working on a review of Toko, but I'm having a hard-ass time actually watching it. And if you sensitive bitches ask me to review DBZ, Inuyasha, or Naruto, fuck off. Because I hate those animes so much that I've tried to erase them from my memory. I think they all suck. And Naruto wouldn't be so bad if not for the horrible voice casting. Why cast a woman as Naruto? That's just dumb. Number 3, I love reading. Whether it be comic books, or Stephen King, or Franz Kafka, or Thomas Harris. or even the latest Forgotten Realms novel. I especially like comic books. I would review them, but I think Linkara is the best in the biz when it comes to that, and I wouldn't want to suck at it. Although I will recommend a few. Other than Watchmen and V for Vendetta, I would recommend Preacher, fabulous book, and the Sandman series. Just about any Batman one-shot starring the Joker is always aces. 100 Bullets is really good if you're looking for like gritty crime drama with an edge of mystery. And if you love zombies like I do, definitely go buy The Walking Dead. Don't even check it out, go buy it. Because that is a take on zombies that is just new and fresh and amazing, and it's like the best comic book ever. Just read anything by Alan Moore, Neil Gaiman, Robert Kirkman, or Garth Ennis. Those guys are all geniuses. Also, big Stephen King fan. I've probably read about 30 or so of his books so far. He can really write some good stuff, but I've read some shit that he wrote. Like, I hated Firestarter, but I absolutely love the Gunslinger series, The Green Mile, Shawshank Redemption, and that stuff. But he's written some shite. Just awful, awful shit. Firestarter is probably one of the worst books I've ever read. Alright, number 4. Okay, what else? I like movies a lot. Recently I got heavy into horror movies with my buddy Eric teaching me the way of the master. He always seems to pick out the good ones. In fact, we both like them so much we made a podcast about them. Most of you who have been subscribed to me for 3 or 4 months may remember some of them going up on here, the podcast. Now we've got a feed and everything to subscribe to. I just don't upload them here anymore because it's a real pain in the ass to upload an hour of video 10 minutes at a time. Especially when I don't have an internet connection at my home and have to walk to the library every day just to get on YouTube to check my fucking messages. I'm also a big fan of foreign films, especially Asian films. Korean, Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese. I love them all. There's a French movie that I really love called City of Lost Children. It's got Ron fucking Perlman in it, and he's huge. Also, big fan of action movies. Probably seen 90% of all the Schwarzenegger and Stallone movies on the planet. All the Bruce Willis action movies, Kurt Russell, The Rock, Jason Statham, Jackie Chan, Dolph Lundgren, Jean-Claude Van Damme. The only guy I haven't seen much of is Steven Seagal, and that's because I think he sucks. Yes, Steven Seagal sucks. Fantasy movies. Hell, I love genre films. In fact, it's safe to say that if you can be a geek about something, then I am. Thus, my name, the Mega Nerd. I love it all. Number 5. I've done a lot of volunteer work with a church group, despite being a hardcore atheist at the time. Now I'm an agnostic, because I can't know if there's a God, and neither can you, so I spend time worrying about it. But I'm off topic. Now, I've gone to Tennessee and done mission work there 3 times, and I've been to Pennsylvania once, and I've been in Honduras for 2 weeks once when I was 16. The only bad thing about that experience was threefold. The first is that I missed a spot with my sunscreen while I was down there and got a 3rd-degree sunburn. Yes, I have nerve damage on my left shoulder blade. A spot about the size of a closed hand that doesn't feel anything very well. It tingles sometimes too. The second fucked up part is that we had to eat beans and rice like every day, and everyone in my bunk got really dehydrated and couldn't keep food or water down. I was basically their bitch for like 2 days. And the third is the real rub I had with it was no one told me that we'd be having mass twice a day. Yeah, at 7 in the morning and 5 in the evening. Fucking bullshit. As an atheist, I hated going, and I'm not a morning person, so after the first day I skipped morning mass and just slept in. A lot of people weren't happy with me, but I didn't care. I stood by my beliefs and said, screw you, and I came down here to help people, not to be bored and preached at for 2 hours a day. Fuck that noise. Which just upset some of them even more. I even took some heavy metal with me, and I think a Voltaire book. So yeah, I taught Honduras girls how to speak English. It's actually a great pickup line, but how do you work that into a conversation? I really wish I could, because I'd get so much pussy. So now I've got to tag some people. Start with my good friend, Hi Gregory, because he's the man, and I don't know much about him. Let's see, who else? Tag my buddy Vane Zeiler. even though we just answered a bunch of questions. New subscriber of mine called Crazy Kenbai. Sorry if I slaughtered your name. Let's see, XX Blood Falcon XX, you'll be next. And last thing, maybe, shit. I wish I knew more people. Fuck. Bam Dude. I guess I'll tag you. So, yeah, that's 5 interesting things about me. I think they're interesting. Till next time, everybody. This is the Mega Nerd saying, have a nice fucking day.